If you're a self-employed foot health practitioner like me and have questions about getting a private pension, come with me to meet my financial advisor who will be answering the most common questions from us self-employed FHPs, such as what is a private pension, what types there are, how to start one, how much to put away, if you need one, and the differences if you're a sole trader versus a limited company. This video is for you.
Hi, my name is Rachel and I'm a financial advisor. What that means is I talk to anybody and everybody about money. So, what is a private pension? Basically, nowadays we are living longer. So men are living until 82 on average and women are living to 86 on average. So unless we want to work for our entire lives, and actually we can't always because of our bodies, we need to make sure we're putting some money aside for that period in our lives. And that's what a private pension is designed to do. So how it works is you choose how much you're able to put in every month. If you're employed, then great. Your employer will put some money in as well, so you get 2 payments going in. If you're self-employed, you can still put money into a private pension, that's absolutely fine. And that money is actually invested. So you are becoming a part owner of loads of companies around the world because that's what investing is. So it's actually in the stock market and that money will be going up and down all the time, but it will be growing for your retirement. So each year you'll see it kind of wobble around, but it will be growing on average over time. And then when you're ready to retire later in life, that pot is there for you to start taking an income from so you can enjoy your retirement. When it comes to the type of pensions that are out there, to be honest, they're broadly the same. So private pensions operate as a wrapper, that's what we call them. So in the same way as, you can have different bank accounts, but they kind of operate in the same way. Private pensions have the same tax rules. It doesn't really matter who you choose to look after the money for you. The main decision that you have to make with a private pension is the kind of investment you want and how much risk you want to take. I would say 9 times out of 10 people go for a medium risk level, which means that there's a good amount in the stock market, but it's balanced with some lower risk options as well. But actually, if you have quite a long time until you want to retire, say you're at the start of your career in your early 20s, you might want to take a bit more of a high risk approach because you've got plenty of time for that money to grow and you're just giving it the best opportunity to have as much as you can for your retirement. So if you're a foot health practitioner looking to start up a private pension for yourself, it actually might be more simple than you realise. There are lots of providers out there. Some are all online, so there's a fantastic pension provider called Pension Bee. The reason I love them is because there's no minimum amount. So even if you've just started your foot health business and you don't know how much yet you can commit to every month and you're still trying to get to grips with your income, you can actually choose to invest quite a small amount to start with and you can have flexibility. If you want to be able to have a person to guide you, like myself, so that's what I do as a financial advisor, then you can choose to invest with a financial advisor. That means that they'll be there to meet with you every year, look at how your retirement plans are changing, particularly with a foot health practitioner, looking at how your business has changed as well. And hopefully you've had a great year and we can talk about some tax planning with your business. These are all things that when you're so busy doing the role of being a foot health practitioner, you forget how you can maximise your business. So that's why it can be really beneficial to have that relationship with a financial advisor. You don't have to, but if you want to be able to call somebody to ask them money questions or you read something in the news that scares you, you can do that. So there's lots of different ways and it's whatever's best for you. So as a self-employed foot health practitioner, because you don't have an employer above you, when you set up a pension, it can be a little bit more complicated. When you work in employment, the pension scheme is already there and you automatically get put into it and you don't necessarily have to think about things too much. But when you run your own business, the onus is on you to decide, first of all, to set one up, and second of all, how much you want to contribute. Now, in employment, what happens is there's a percentage of your salary that you contribute, typically around 5% a year. You have a lot more freedom as a self-employed foot health practitioner because you don't have to choose a percentage of your income. Actually, your income can fluctuate quite a lot month on month, so a percentage might not be that useful in terms of deciding how much you can put in. Instead, we think of it more like choosing a monetary amount. So it could be £100, it could be £300, an amount that you feel you can comfortably commit from your business account into a pension. Now, it's really important to know that you can afford this amount that you're putting in, because the rules around pensions are you can't touch them until you're 55. So if you need to get money out of a pension before the age of 55, you're not able to do that. So if you're unsure, I would suggest starting lower and then building up over time. The other good thing about being a self-employed foot health practitioner is you can be quite flexible with how you pay into a pension. So you don't have to make monthly contributions. You could go to the end of your company year, look at how much you have left over in your business account, and you could do a lump sum into your pension. There are rules around how much you can put in a certain year, so I would talk to a financial advisor so that you know you're not breaking any tax rules and you're not going to get into trouble with HMRC. But just bear in mind that actually being self-employed means you have more flexibility that you can take advantage of. So as you're self-employed as a foot health practitioner, you have a lot of flexibility when it comes to the pensions that you pay into. You are never locked into paying in for a certain period of time with any pension. You can pay for certain months and then skip others. You can just pay at the end of your company year if you want to. So if you were to set up monthly payments and you couldn't make one of them, or you needed to have a payment holiday, you can absolutely do that. The pension is designed to work around you and your life and your business, not the other way around. So there is full flexibility. You can absolutely skip payments if you need to. So when it comes to determining if you need a private pension, the first step is always to look at what you already have. So you may have come from other jobs. You may have been employed, let's say in the NHS as a foot health practitioner or something similar. So you may already have some retirement income lined up ready for the future, particularly if you have the NHS pension. Then the next step is to look at what you're going to get from the state pension. So the state pension is eligible for everybody in the UK when they reach the age of 67, and it's paid for through your national insurance contributions. So that money that goes out of your paycheck every single month or comes out of your business, that's what that's going to give you in retirement. And that goes up every year because it goes up with inflation. And at the moment, it's just under £900 a month you're going to get. So it's quite a high amount, and it actually makes up most people's retirement income. However, that being said, just having £900 a month to live on, it probably isn't enough for most people. So that's where having a private pension is really important to bridge that gap. So as I say, the first step is to look at what you're already going to get. Then we need to look at what you think you might need in retirement. That will tell us what the shortfall is and how much you need to be contributing. So when it comes to setting up a pension, it's going to be treated differently depending on if you're a sole trader or if you're a director of a limited company. So let's take sole trader first. That will actually be quite similar to if you're employed. So in a nutshell, what happens is you choose how much you want to put in every month into a pension. Let's say £200 as a round figure. And what actually happens is the government gives you tax relief on top of that. So they add an extra 20% on top for you, which really is money for nothing. The reason that the government do that is because they want to encourage people to save for their retirement. Ultimately, from their perspective, it means that if people have their own money in retirement, they're less dependent on the state. So they have an incentive to be adding this money for you. So that's how the tax relief works. And it's why pensions are probably the best place to save your money for the future in terms of the tax saving. So to recap, your money goes in and then the government tops a little bit up as well. If you're a limited company, the tax treatment is a little bit different. So rather than you getting that uplift from the government, whatever money you put in is deductible for your corporation tax bill. So when you get your profit figure at the end of your year, they look at how much you paid into your pension and then they take that off of the profit that's used to calculate your corporation tax. So still a really valuable tax saving, it's just corporation tax rather than that tax relief on your contributions. It works out broadly the same in terms of the benefits. It's just really important to bear in mind that there are those different treatments. to be honest, there are so many things you can do if you're a director of your own limited company. Lots of tax saving benefits out there above and beyond just a pension. But that's really one of the first things to understand if you are a director of your limited company. Get talking about pensions, explore it, because they're a really valuable benefit for you. So you're thinking of starting a pension, or you may have started one already, and you want to know what you can do to boost your pension savings for your retirement. Now, my top 3 tips are, the first is to look at your retirement timeline. And what I mean by that is get really clear on when you're going to receive your income in the future. So we already know that you've got your state pension when you reach the age of 67, but have a look at any old pension policies. If you've worked for the NHS, make sure you're clear on when that money will start being paid to you. It might be 60, it might be 65, it might be 67. So you can't make your plans until you know when you're going to be getting that money, because you'll be left out of pocket otherwise. So the first step is get your retirement timeline written out. Number 2 is check the risk level of any existing pensions, or make sure you have a really good think or a good conversation with an advisor about the risk level of any new pensions. I've said already, if you're quite early in your career, think about maybe taking a bit more risk, because you've got that time. And actually, if you're towards the end of your career, that's when it's a really good time to start taking less risk, because we don't want that money to be going up and down too aggressively when you're that close to starting to take that income. And then the third tip, if you do have any pension pots from previous jobs or where you've opened ones in the past, try to bring them together if you can. That will save you not only time and an admin and stress. Actually, if you have it all in one pot, you'll be able to manage it better, pick investments that you know are right for you, and the money will have a better chance to grow. So those are my top 3. And a bonus 4th tip is talk to a financial advisor. Hopefully I've shown you today that we're not scary, we are normal people. Our job is to help you understand your money and what you need. And actually our conversations are always free to begin with. We want to just understand what you have and how we might be able to help you. So get in touch with me or anyone else. Look at these. These came in.
Oh, wow.
So Financial Advisor of the Year.
Oh, so you got it?
We got it.
Oh,
we got
brilliant.
It. So Financial Advisor of the Year.
Fabulous.
And then we've also got Financial Coach of the Year. So that's where it's talking to people not just about here's a pension and what it means. It's like, well, what do you want in life? You know, what is it that this is all for?
No, congratulations.
Thank you.